Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back from the first half of the second episode of NLL Echoes. 20 games are played. Shara is in the final. TY is in the final. And to give it up to our sponsors, Online Chupa, every other time we make sure we have an item. Pick shots behind the camera. We get the best of the production, the best of the images, and the best of the sound. Thank you, Pick Shots. Guys, we're on the final day. Game is played.
Yep.
And everyone is saying road to Kigali. We have 2 to 3 weeks to move to Kigali. Thank you, Randea, for making it happen. Thank you, Kira Evie, for being with us. And now to you, who is watching us. Please, make it a point to subscribe. Follow us on all the social media platforms. NLL Echoes we are. Guys, road to Kigali. We have 2 to 3 weeks to prepare to go to Kigali.
Actually, me, I thought 3 weeks were not enough, but I was really impressed by what guys put in to have us there. Of course, us as the team that I play for, we were ready because we qualified for the final around 2 weeks before others, as we left the Omujumas and Machandos to suffer. So we were very ready for the final. So.
And Shimba. Shimba's game was magic on the final day.
Shimba wasn't going to the final. When the final day elapsed, I remember I was still chairman of TY at that point. The first call I got at that point, Kedia Saddam. Saddam was telling me, bro, give me this team. Let me give you the shield.
No, he looked for you first.
Let me give you the shield.
He looked for you.
He looked for me.
Saddam looked for you.
Yeah. And he told me you are interested in him. Shera FC.
Us as in Shera.
Yes.
With our unbeaten coach, where
So
we
he told me Shera has approached me, but I think I'll feel at home at TY. I know those boys. Give them to me. Give them to me. I said, why not?
So you didn't trust each other?
I said, why not? He wanted to come on
Cheddar boy.
consultancy. He wanted to come on consultancy basis.
Okay.
So I said, it's okay.
Rough
Come,
Rannick.
come. At that point, my brothers of Kabadi FC really, I don't know what you are planning.
I seems your eyesight is lost. Just look here. Season 7. Whatever you're talking about,
At the very center.
we're here. But yeah, you honestly can't talk about the road to Kigali without talking about the final match day. What an event that was. That is, I think, the best pre-final match day before the finale ever we've had in a while. I don't think very many people have clear memories of that day. People had a good time. I closed at about 9 p.m. I will be honest, I won't tell lies.
You blacked out at that point.
No, I didn't black out. I closed.
Closed.
What does that mean?
He closed.
Yeah, closed.
He shut down. Not that he was shut down. He shut down.
I enjoyed that day. The band was a good idea. Sipping your beer.
At some point,
Which
we
band
had
was
one
this?
of our boys playing at the decks. What's his name? Roger of Kachanchari. I think he's original.
No, there's a
that
guy
young
that-
man. He was DJ.
Even MVP performed.
There's a guy that sang Conscience.
Derek.
I know Derek. Conscience for the night. Bobby Gala, Bobby.
It was really a colorful day, and I think from that time, our boys have not been so welcoming to performances on match days. They've been uneasy. Every time you suggest an artist on the day, they're uneasy. They don't want.
Not an
But
easy
after that
per
day,
se.
they are saying, can we have band at least once in a month? They are coming. Very soon they will say, bring cautions.
You know you want to bring Nwaji, your namesake.
Remember how the Shera guys come to the touchline when you were playing for your game to qualify for the final? Shera was ready through for the final.
No.
Yes.
TY
Talking about during the day.
TY led the log for more than
18 out of 20 game weeks.
2/3
18 out
of the league. 18 out of 20. So how
They
do
broke
they
Arsenal's
come
record.
to only qualify on the last match day? How?
Things were hard. Things were hard.
Now,
They had been in the lead.
the problem is they say Saddam approached them, but I think TY's issue started around the time when they faced Kigali towards Christmas time. TY had a good result against a team in disarray. They took that result, they went for Christmas, and then they came celebrating like the world had ended. That's when they introduced Pogba, a Form 2 Vakis.
There's no way you can bring your very poor result against UI and then you want to turn it to a
We
positive.
have more goals than the Sierra Leone League's final, Lions League final. So
They
what
hammered
say?
you guys 4 goals. 4.
Were they necessary?
Anyway.
Mark, you're saying something.
Yeah. But
When did your TY problems start?
TY's problem starting around December because they had led the league for so long. Their players got a bit of complacency, started to creep in, and some players started coming back from injury. Now you're having Mr. Vamos, who plays strike in the Ndege League, but you're having a leading marksman like Badman Jose with his 1K haircut, Matt Baba, also leading the strike and being back-to-back top scorer for the league. You're also having Mumbe Ramos who was straight from Bonshe. Then you have that Timo guy who's that guy is beans, but somehow his squad has actually that's wrong my club. But anyway, Omshuma had too much. They had too much, and their coach Cheddar Boy. We've all seen that video of him trying to coach 10 players at once and give them. We've seen it.
That was the Awazibu game.
That was
But
very
eventually they
tactical.
made it to the
That's
final.
3-0 down.
They made it to the final.
So I don't know
So-
what this man is going on about.
Finally, by Nara, you make it to the final. We have 2 to 3 weeks to be on the road to Kigali. How is it? How is it?
As impressed by I think boys really looked up to Kigali. They're prepared. We had around 3 weeks to prepare for it.
Okay.
And, so Kigali was very expensive, by the way. So at some point I wondered how teams like Nsai, Nturi, Kasasi, and Shaka managed to be in Kigali, because I saw in their preparations they were offering, they were asking for 250k. Their package was 250k. It had transport,
Fairly
to and
accommodative.
fro,
Okay.
accommodation in Kigali, food in Kigali. Now that's food for 3 days.
Gonja on the
Kigali,
road.
Gonja on the way.
Item.
Some leaks on
Some
the
leaks,
way.
some leaks.
And so I was wondering how, because now for us in our calculations 250k was could only give you like transport.
But they made good money. They made good money. You just see that picture of Pedro. He went with that advanced team of inside. Hey, they fully
They were
booked
well
out
prepared.
all the hotels in Jichujiro. Well, that's
no.
what I was saying.
No.
That's what Jichujiro.
They were not in Chichijiro.
Eh.
Chichijiro is
Gichujiro is in
That's what I was
town.
saying.
That is in
Kololo,
town.
the other side.
That is
You
Kololo.
cannot
That's
afford
what
it
I
as
was- that's what I was
250k.
saying.
You cannot afford.
You
cannot
booked with
afford
inside.
Corolla as
After
250k.
going
I didn't book
Rwanda
with
Air.
inside. They phoned me there.
But Mark,
It's Rwanda Air, not
you
Rwanda
could
Air.
wait inside your second.
No,
I'm serious.
Bakabari, which place is it? They were in the Nigeria, Kungu.
Jichujiro, us the uptown kids were staying.
Of Rwanda.
The top
How are you
notch.
pronouncing? How are you pronouncing that word?
Jichujiro.
Jichujiro.
It's not Jichujiro. They say it's Jichujiro. I can call my Rwandese plugs right now and they tell you what up to.
Jichujiro.
I call
Guys,
my boy PK.
let's let Gichujiro.
Yeah.
Let's let it be, guys.
Yeah, but he had an immense point. The young team.
So the youngins are struggling.
were really. No,
I'm
I
told
thought they were struggling.
Munge came with 2 in his boot.
No way. Before the final, I actually talked to some of the young boys because I was worried. I even put it on the committee group. I asked them, like, but how are these boys going? But surprisingly, they were well prepared. They had done their math very well.
Very prepared.
They had those who were going to sleep in the bus and those who were going to sleep in the bus. They had already planned very well. their
I
things.
think fairly well, better than some of the teams actually in the final.
Uh-uh.
I'm told
Deceived.
TY secured their second bus on the D-Day in the morning. Am I lying?
What happened to TY? they had booked 2 buses.
Hey.
So they go to Brand.
Mm-hmm.
So when they reach there,
They
early
send
in the
Kateva
morning.
to brand.
They-
Kateva goes to
That was
brand.
his role now, not Tebas.
Tebas.
So they tried to brand the first, but like, where's the second bar? They
And
told
ball
him,
whiz.
man, they think he's in Mombasa. Now is the day when they're supposed to be leaving. Guys came, they started fighting on the group. What? things were not easy.
By the
for
way,
them.
that branding, the stickers were nice. I found them in MBP's house.
You say it. Speaking of stickers, did you see what Kabali put on their bus?
What bus did
Nothing.
Kabali
I
have?
didn't.
They put Habari. It was instead of Kabali, it was Habari.
Oh, that was a joke. I saw guys playing with that Habari. So
No, was it
That
Habari or it was Kabali?
Keep telling you guys time and time
Oh, or they used the Habari bus.
Keep telling you guys time and time again.
I think it's
I
their
don't believe the
sponsor.
nonsense you hear here. Look at all the young
Guys.
teams. Let's run through them. It takes a short while.
But
Now,
people,
in Shaka, the youngest team in the league.
Shaka
Okay.
had a
They
full
were well
bus.
prepared.
They had a
Did
full
they
bus.
in Akira EV?
No?
The young
Negative.
Shaka normally go in the
Shaka, Shaka had their own bus, 58-seater,
where's
full.
the friend?
Yeah.
no,
Shaka
they are
had
bus.
paid
They are
for
bus.
their
Let's give
bus
it up
was
to them.
full.
Let's give it to them.
Is there a
The
team?
team that the young teams that shared the Kera EV that was provided for by the league were Kasasi.
Kasasi took 9 representatives.
Kasasi. No, there were many.
How many?
They could make a team. They
Nine.
were
Nice.
around 20 coming to 30.
And Shaza had one.
9
So,
guys.
and now on that same bus, there were other younger guys and Kachanchari.
Kachanchali was fairly
Kachanchari,
organized.
Kachanchari was in the same bus with the
Young,
Kasasi.
which team is Young Elder? My guy,
That's the team.
Of the school anthem.
Young Elder was there. He went to Kigali.
he's
He was
one of the
one
8,
Of the 9.
9.
Yes.
The youngest teams, I think I was most impressed by.
Jablani had a Costa.
Yeah, but they had a good time if you follow them.
Jablani.
on Snapchat.
You should have got
We met
them a Costa.
We met them on the way.
Freeman
Jablani
movers.
on the way.
We know they are
and,
sponsors.
Masaka Road.
It never
Everybody
changes.
is their own
We
man.
met Jablani on Masaka Road. Then good spirit they were
On your way back or when you are going?
when we were going.
After caning into
We need to be clear.
But guys, I did not see TY at Forest Mall. Where did you guys park?
Their bus was in Mombasa.
Where did they park?
We set off with,
Where do you set off from
set off
actually?
from Ketuje with Abashwechi. Did you see Abashwechi at Forest Mall?
Abashwechi.
Speaking of
We're
Your motor
opposite
enemy- you set up with your motor
KQJ.
enemies in the
Yeah,
Abashwechi,
yeah, they're
our
opposite
brothers.
Total. Opposite
Our
Total.
brothers.
Why do you beef them?
but
KQ.
Why do you have rivalry?
how did you feel
It's just a
after
derby.
seeing the Abashwechi bus, the way they had branded
It's just a
and
derby, Abashwechi. It's like you and Tisianga. You can't say you beef them,
No, no,
but
I
No.
don't mind them.
Nwaji.
so,
Our thing with Kabali is different. We're both champions. Yours with Abashwechi is not the same. It can't come close. Respect a champion.
So I
Whenever
wouldn't
you
call
see
it. I
them.
wouldn't call it
Not
beef.
everyone had
Yeah.
counted.
It's not a derby.
It's a derby. It's a
Nga.
derby.
But I want to know how did you
Everton,
guys?
Everton may
How
not
did you
have
guys?
Champions League.
How did you guys spend
But
those
when
3
they're
weeks?
playing Liverpool, it's a derby.
How did you guys spend those 3 weeks in preparation for the final? Because us, the rest of us, the 21 cohorts behind, us were going for vibes.
Yeah.
The finalists.
We're going for the dinner actually. We're going for the red dinner.
Now,
Intervention.
Or for a dinner.
so the team's preparing
So-
for the final.
Yeah.
It's almost like that. It's just the squad preparing for the football, but the rest of the court vibes.
so that's why you lost.
Whose
No, not
idea?
really.
Whose idea was that?
The
That's
entire
the
team.
only thing I
Egishimbo,
appreciate about this
such a beauty.
Trophy-less club. Whose idea was it? To
This
come
thing
up
still
with?
stands out.
To give credit,
Thank
this as Henry's idea. Tinomjun Henry.
Same guy that brings the idea of the name TY, or it's a different guy
That's
now?
not the same guy. That's a different guy.
Who is the other one?
Who came up with the idea of this jersey?
the TY idea is from Alan Atejeka.
Then this jersey, who came up with the idea?
Alan was
Big
when
creative,
we joined
that
the league.
one.
By the way, let me give you something. When we joined the league, every team was FC. Kabali FC, Abashwechi FC, Shera FC. So we come in and say, Shimba was also FC. So we join in and
Kabali was called
and
Mashaka.
we say, no, for us we don't want to be FC. So we start as SC Omjuma. Of course, Kalele comes, calls themselves SC. Now Shimba rebrands. Shimba says we're also SC. So, like 2 weeks in, every team is SC. Now Alan says, this is not what we intended.
We should be different.
Yeah, we have to be different. So he said, why don't we beat TY?
Because so
Yes.
the
No
main
one
thing
can copy
behind
that.
this
No one
is
can copy that.
the main thing behind this is we need something completely different from the rest.
Yes.
Because your plan is to be career commoners.
Kajogo have been that. Kajogo have been commoners
and Kafubs.
from game week 1.
Inaugural.
First
Commoners.
season. But they're still
Their
FC.
intention could be different. Maybe in the
Okay.
future they want to win, but you want to keep a clean stake of no shield.
I want to tell you guys something. The Jishimbo was overrated.
This,
Depending on who's rating.
It was overrated.
what
I
are the
think- I
ratings
think-
like?
I think there were better finale merchandise than the Jishimbo.
Okay.
This was better.
Oh, Abashwechi, thank you.
The Kalele thing was
Abashwechi
better.
kept me smart.
Of course, the Chisati was the best.
How about the Chisianga merchandise? How good was it? I didn't.
Chisianga
Come
did
across
well.
it.
Chis- Chisianga had
they
a
had
shot.
an undershot.
Guys,
Undershot.
remember we are not in the
Never-
final.
Don't call it an undershot.
They are only-
Guys, remember we're not in the final. We're just making effort to have a beautiful
You
finale in
know, you don't
Kigali.
must release.
You know how much it was going for. You know how much it was going
How
for.
much was it?
30k.
Undershot. Eddie was selling.
30k.
But it was a good
It
piece.
was Suga.
It was a good
Sugar
piece.
was
Wouldn't see it anywhere.
It was a good piece.
I don't remember.
We put a lot of our brains behind
I
that
saw
piece.
teams like Kashora, I saw Bonshe, the former beaten
Was it had
champion.
merchandise?
Yeah, Bonshe released the multicolored shirt in like 4 to 5 variants.
That was
Bonshe had the shirt.
Bonshe,
Was it jersey
not their
or-
Is
jersey.
that the jersey? The green thing?
They released a jersey.
The Chamuhunga.
They released the jersey and they had merchandise as well. Kabali had merchandise. Mushera, of course, had the thingy, the Chisati, whatever it was. Which other teams were there?
even Kasasi had.
Abashwechi.
Kasasi even had
Abashwechi.
bucket hats.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
bucket hats. Yeah, I got myself
So-
one.
Nobi.
No, Dalton was the one selling, although he's in ours.
Guys, so we are into those 2-3 weeks. Preparations are made. Guys, get to brand merchandise, and it is the eve of Kigali. It is Kigali now, road to Kigali.
It's no longer road to Kigali now. It's
We are now on the road. No, we are now on the road. How was Kafubs and Boras? How did you guys find that? Was it Kafubs, Kajogo?
Kajogo.
Who went with Weras?
Kajogo FC.
Let's hit the road. Forest Mall. We have the minister flagging off buses. Kira Evi, thank you once again.
the minister
Run
of ICT
there.
flagged off the buses
And
and
we are leaving Kampala.
the Kashora
for
guys again,
Kigali.
once again, put their Illuminati powers and they got it. Kira EV bus, fully furnished, fully everything. Kashora got it, 0
By
mileage,
the way,
0 what,
that Kira EV bus.
because of being inaugural champions.
You see,
They
you
played
see.
in 1 hour, but then they got
if
it.
you had that bus and you're inside and you feel uneasy, there's
Hey.
provision for it.
Provision in a bus.
It's a nice
8
bus.
steps
It's a very
backward.
nice bus.
Turn to
But
the
you see
right.
the good thing.
Thank
the,
you.
The things you're all talking about here, not to brag, but Nshera had it in 2019.
Did you have the
2019.
No, 2022.
Did you have the shark scene?
Yeah. We had the first Kira EV here.
Thank
And we
you.
went with it.
We appreciate.
I hope,
Maybe
I hope producer can put it on the screen
maybe you
for
guys
people to
walked
see.
and the league could fly. We
So we need
appreciate.
to appreciate.
So Kira Evi,
Wajira.
thanks once again. Rwandair, you take your maiden flight
Nah.
on a national ID without a
And
passport.
you know, Guma had
Mark
been threatening
is
to
on the
come
plane.
with his passport. On this day. So we're daring him, bring
Deceive.
the passport.
Never.
Show us if
Never.
there's any
Bros,
other activity
deceive.
before Kigali.
It is not there.
For some of us who have flown before several times, you're not supposed to reveal this information to everyone.
Ah,
People can use it for the wrong reason.
Mark,
What-
Hatch.
what-
However-
Mark.
However, to please you and make you have some calm and peace, I went to Rwanda.
Next
I
time you
flew
use
with
come,
Rwanda.
spell it. You'll confuse us.
I flew Rwanda. I went as the advance team. I went like 2 days before all the 18 buses and private cars and the minister flagged us off and everything. I went with Papa Ichuli about Team Intori to set the tone. We went.
Boris of Kisianga.
There's so many people.
Yeah, so many traveled, but us who on
Actually,
official
the
league,
road
No,
to
Boris
Rwanda
needs
Air
a
was-
us who
mention.
on official league duty.
Even Boris.
You have to
Official
bring in your
Chisianga
Chisianga guy,
duty.
but it's okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's my team.
Chisianga sent an advance team to Kigali.
We were there.
Oh.
Okay,
Your
but
undershots.
yeah, we were one of the first people to have a look at IPRC. It's a technical college in Rwanda, but it was going to host us for the finale. We went to the facility expecting we are going to have so much work here. We reach, each facility is on point. Pavilion is on point. Access routes are on point. Everything is on point.
Okay.
A border is cheap because Kigali is
Mota.
accessible. Moto. It's not
Moto.
Mota.
The borders
It's
were
moto.
not.
I was using cabs.
It was the
You know that
difference.
border is better.
This man was getting a border of 1K.
No,
1.5.
600.
Say
600.
boom, boom,
It means
boom,
600 francs.
boom, boom.
600.
No.
600.
From where? to Where?
Six. French. 600.
Bro.
Were you staying at the pitch?
If you're French, reka tubireke turabasi. It's okay.
1K is
You
3K.
can
You
consult
don't need
with guy.
to.
Maybe
You don't
can
need
consult.
to. So on the road, guys, let's come with me. Kampala, Masaka, everywhere, Kabale. We are crossing Katuna to Gatuna.
We've been
Katuna,
made
Katuna.
stopovers at inter school.
Yeah.
Deep in
Thank
the
you.
night.
Deep in the night. The dead of the night.
beautiful.
Yeah. I
That
saw
was
content.
really,
from,
I saw the shots.
I saw content from
I was just
Abashwechi.
it was amazing.
Replayed.
Almost everything
replayed,
stopped there, apart from you guys.
Which guys?
Konkai think Tubashwech by mistake. They'll always find
they
a
went
way.
to class.
Boba
They went to
Kushwek.
class at 4 a.m.
Bashweka.
3 a.m. actually. 3 a.m.
Bashwek.
Abashwek.
They actually found some kid going to read.
And they gave him a tenor and then they
Ten
started
K.
But
crying.
They
they gave him this
Yes,
merchandise.
crying,
They
yes.
gave him this merchandise, Mangamba, you, original Mshwechi. Go and wear that. But it was beautiful to see all these guys come in school at midnight, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. and announce that we are here.
That's the one thing I miss.
Announce to the kids that we're here and we're on the
That
way
road
to
journey,
Kigali.
that reaching school
was
on the
really
way to
awesome.
Kigali on the official road.
Van
to
Guma, I know
Kigali.
your problem. On any day, every other Friday you should be at interest. You love coming back home. That is it for you.
School gave me life, so giving back is it's seamless to me.
So guys, Katuna Gatuna.
We reached there.
I want to ask you guys who traveled though. How come Zabashwechi was the lead bus? Was it the first bus to leave?
It was the, I think, best looking bus.
Oh,
So yeah, that very well branded that bus. So,
so we give them their flowers.
Yes, we give them their flowers. When we were marching into Kigali, we looked at our buses and said, our church should take lead.
Your buses.
You didn't consider the Chisianga bus?
Sianga had a bus.
Chisianga had a global bus.
No, we had a bus. It's enough, guys.
Chisianga
had a bus. Thank
So
you.
it was you guys made
We
a
looked at
decision.
all the buses there and said, Abashwech.
That was
And-
that
But
was.
Baino has a question. We, you and who? Who is we?
They were about.
Imwenkati why?
There
Who was
were,
still serving? He was
there were
still
about,
serving,
there were about 12 teams. So like 12 teams, that's
Those are
like
17
15
buses.
buses.
There were
There
17.
very many buses.
Mm.
TY had two.
Just unnecessary.
I think there's another team with two.
We had three.
That first cohort
Hmm.
was like 15 buses, and our Shochi led that entry. What I admired about Kigali was the way people respect the law. We had that lead car, and as long as you're on the road and you hear a siren, you have to park on the side. Even when you're using the other side of the road, you have to park and let the siren go. So we had,
Thank
we
you
had
very much.
beautiful entry. We had very beautiful entry to Kigali. By the time we reached those junctions in town, we found police holding traffic
Thank you.
Yeah.
for
Thank
us
you.
to
Just
pass.
for us.
For
Thank
us
you.
to pass. So I
felt like
I
kings.
think ordinary Rwandan people are wondering, who are these people?
And I think we need to give it up to the government in Kigali.
Rwanda Development Board.
Yes. We had lead cars of not a Toyota. It was a VW.
It doesn't matter the brand of the lead car. What matters is
And the guys were like, for every 5 cars, lead car. For every 5 buses, lead car. Guys, move. So we are into Kigali, guys. And we first go to the ministry, then later we go to
Ntare School, Rwanda.
Ntare School, Rwanda.
As
State of the
students,
art
State of
No, that's
university.
not yet ready.
I even just called it a university.
That DH
I
of
can't
that
call
school.
it a high school.
I entered that DH of Ntare School, Rwanda. And,
Your love for the DH.
And no offense, it was better than New York's, where I slept for 4 years. New York's the one we have in Ntare School. The DH in Rwanda is
The
better
DH.
than it.
I have nothing against Mitchell
That's a
Hall,
So
waterfall.
that facility
where
has
it's been 4 years at the
That's a
university.
waterfall. A slime statue.
But that dining is better than my Mitchell Hall. Mitchell, I'm sorry guys. To the Mitchell, to all the rats.
It was
Swimming pool.
everything.
Let's talk
They
about the
have everything.
facilities at the school.
They have everything. They
That
have
beach.
everything.
It sits on how
Even-
many acres
even
of
the
land?
sports facilities around
I don't-
60 acres or something.
I don't know how many acres it sits on, but what I do know, what they promised, they said when the school is officially open for them. To us we saw everything was ready.
Everything was ready.
Water is flowing.
We should be into the
you
school
can
for
take
2
your
years now.
steps, You can go and play ball. You can go and study. They said when you come back, we are going to have
School shall
this
be ready.
finale
We shall open
in
it.
the school. So we're going to go to Rebel, which means what? Up the hill or something like that. That's what those Rwandese guys, Rwandans were telling.
I have no
You
idea.
didn't interact with
Rabero.
them.
Rabero.
I
You didn't make some friends.
don't know Kinyarwanda.
Yeah.
I was tired.
By the way, I struggled with that language
By
when
the-
I reached Kigali.
Language barrier.
Language barrier.
Not
you
even
say
French?
They have a mix of French and Kinyarwanda.
Tu te parles français?
No.
Oh,
before
you
you
see.
go there,
Vous parlez le
So-
français.
so
You
we
don't say
booked,
tout est parle.
Agai ni ndabaho. You let me pass.
Connie. We booked an accommodation facility for our players.
Voulez-vous?
And it was in a place called
Give us your own
Belge.
name now.
It's French, so
What
it's
is
Belge.
Au Belge.
Orange?
Belge.
It's pronounced Belge.
Orange?
But now it's written as Obag. If you're English speaking, it's written as Obag. So if you get a border guy and tell them you're going to Obag, they will never understand where you're going. You say Obag until you write it down. I reached the point of writing it down for a border guy and say, oh, Belge.
Belge.
How far was it from the stadium?
It was Igihumbi.
In minutes?
It was 1K from the stadium.
1K.
Gihombi, 1K.
Yes.
Jehombi.
That means it was far.
If we were
These
in
guys had to
Kampala,
book very far.
That book far.
But it's
This
always
guy is always cutting costs.
There's no
Yeah.
border guy I
This
reached.
is no
There's no
cutting
border
costs.
guy I reached. I was
Spend
asking
the
for
money on
no.
Jishimbo.
So all
Actually-
asking, starting from Igihumbi.
I
I think
only
they realized the Basama around.
only
looked at you and then they
only
realized that
learned.
there was
Someone told
Basama
them there are Basama around. So if they saw you
They
and
increased.
realized you're uneasy, you can't speak the language. You're uneasy.
I actually think that wasn't the problem. The actual issue was after the state dinner. Guys, it was a state dinner when His Excellency Paul Kagame hosts us for a dinner come
Yeah.
cocktail party.
Women's Day, 2000.
It becomes different. Everyone knows the president has
Friday.
visitors in town. That was the problem.
Conventional center?
So we were not Basama.
It's funny.
We were the president's guests.
It's funny,
That
it's
hit
funny
hard.
how on this set, I'm the only one who went to that dinner, but I also didn't see the president. So what happened is I turned up at 10 p.m.
Yeah?
and had already gone. But when I reached the entrance, when I reached the gate, there was still security. Very many security guys were checking us. So they asked us, where are you going? I had 3 more guys.
We are the,
Not babes.
where are we? Convention Center.
Guys.
Okay.
So we're entering and these guys asked, where are you going? It's like, we're going to Convention Center and the president is hosting us to a cocktail. So, oh, the president has already gone. So there's no activity going on. They said, well, people are still there. You can still go. So we went. We entered. We found, of course, activity had turned down. It was networking now, but drinks were flowing.
Yeah?
By the time the president left, he ordered, "Don't leave any lion thirsty today."
That was his word.
That was his word.
statement.
After I was taking Johnny Walker. Of course, I cannot be hosted by the president, and I take
Not the red again.
Too.
You take Gabali's
double black.
Vera.
Johnny
You,
Walker.
you went for the double.
So I, after like 2-3 rounds speaking, I went the 4th, and the bartender says it's done. But when you are saying it, as a guy tapping the jazz, and he later introduced himself as the head of protocol, State House. He was a very big man.
Thank you.
said he was head of protocol State House and told that man, there's no way you can tell our visitors that alcohol is there.
You cannot can. How?
Get another
Was
double
he actually
black.
head of protocol? Is the story in your head?
That's what he told me. That's what he told me. And,
Okay.
And he didn't go to
It doesn't
Tare
matter
school.
if you
He
go to
didn't
the
go
bottom.
Tare school,
Mm.
but he studied in Uganda.
Okay.
Yeah, so he told me he went to Uganda Secondary.
That's a proud associate.
He told
There
me he
are
went to
people.
Uganda Secondary,
Our people.
but he's head of protocol at State House.
Shana chikachiri cha
You're
Kevin.
from Uganda.
Great
It's
Kevo.
about you.
Not
Is
as-
it that Kevo? Is it
man-
that
One
One
Kevo?
day you met a guy from Uganda on a counter.
Coincidence.
And
He's
tapping
not
lips.
Ugandan. The man is not Ugandan. He's
So we
Rwandan.
can't ask him.
So it's not Kevo.
He's Rwandan, but he
That's
studied in
all
Uganda Secondary. That's what I asked him when he told me he studied in Uganda. Oh, are you on OB? He said no. He told me he's not OB, so he studied in Uganda Secondary. But that man made sure double
You
black.
go
was
to the
back.
next bottle.
Yes.
Is that when you made that prediction of 7-0?
That's when I met that beautiful girl. What's his name?
The
What's
Insherawa.
her name, rather?
You really can't talk about this dinner without talking about the whole experience. This is Friday 8th March 2024. This is Women's Day. We're being hosted in Kigali. Not by just Rwanda Development Board, not by just our old boys cohort in Rwanda and affiliates. We're
Yeah.
being hosted by Soba Rwanda. We're being
Soba
hosted
Rwanda.
by the president
By
of
the
Rwanda.
president.
As our teams, our teams are crossing the border of Gatuna, there was so many small slight details along the way that they interfaced with, just taking care of them, bringing them safely,
Yeah.
ensuring they get where they're staying. We were treated like proper guests when we went to Kigali for that NLLXIV
State
guests.
guests.
state guests
Not
as
just
they
guests.
as
Yeah.
they made it. Look at it this way. Once these guys crossed the Gatuna border, some of us didn't have that experience. You guys had it.
Mm. Oh,
A few.
You had to
those,
mention
those,
that.
Those that came to the airport the day
Needless to
before.
say. Needless to say.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Needless to say. Some of you,
you
guys
flew in.
saw some billboards, some huge billboards.
Yeah, welcoming
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
Rwanda.
senior old boys and members, they said, can we do this? Get it done, send us a design, we put it up. In one day it was up. No very many things, no many what. We got guys who came through the airport that very day, Friday.
Yeah.
There was a billboard at the airport, at the arrivals, showing that Nsoba welcomes you to Kigali.
To Kigali.
Yes. So the city, the country was ready to host us. Now this is just before the dinner. So our members during the day they go, they visit Dar es School Rwanda. What a marvelous moment that was. But the main event was in the night. The
In the
main event
evening,
was in the
yeah.
night. A dinner being hosted by the president, not being hosted by the president
The
of the
president
Republic
of the
of
Republic
Rwanda,
of Rwanda.
hosting his old boys. Now, when we reached the dinner, we reached the dinner. As we are headed towards the dinner, some came by private means. Some were staying at the Radisson Hotel,
Yeah.
which is at the conventional center. Some
That's why I'm staying.
lying.
As an individual. Yeah, as an individual. That's why I'm staying.
Okaborio michukumi ya
But you know, let me tell
Kigali.
you something. Let me tell you something. I came to that dinner
Yeah?
by
Chopper.
no, not a chopper. It was
That was season 13.
a Tesla. from my hotel room. I'm from Radisson Hotel.
They had
to the
Volkswagen.
place. They brought
There's
me.
a shoe called the
They
Tesla.
brought me by a Tesla. And when I was going back, just made a call.
You should know that Radisson
That's someone
Hotel
to
is
pick
in
me.
the same enclose.
But
as-
they
Yeah.
couldn't let me walk.
Ah,
That's the whole point.
that you're the goat. You're the goat of the land.
That's why he said you
We're
walked
paying
your
top
Tesla
dollar.
shoe.
That's we're paying top dollar. So.
You and who? And
Yeah, but
Van
he's-
G. Mhm.
I know he's telling lies in broad daylight, but the truth is, there were some of our old boys who are alumni who actually had limousine treatment,
yeah.
being
Yeah.
taken for the dinner.
Mm.
Dress
Most of
up,
them, whenever
suit
you
up,
get there, they would give you
Mm.
limousine
pitching a limousine.
and take
There's
you
some
to
people
I think it was arrive at Parliament.
Yeah, then they
arrive at
take
parliament, check you, what those things.
Mm.
But people went in limousine. Some people will never smell before and after. They'll never smell limousine in their life again.
Like
Shut
my,
up. No,
like,
like my boy Chris. My boy Chris over here.
leave Chris.
He will never smell.
There's another guy of
Never
mine,
smell limousine.
Mark of Kabali, advanced team.
Why?
It could be his very first and last flight.
Bejura Robert.
No smelling.
No smell.
No smelling.
My boys were preparing for the final. You're here attacking. me.
So, guys,
Rapito.
There was-
Convention
By the
Center,
way,
Convention Center,
online,
Van Guma.
Mark,
Yes, by
Conley, online,
Mm.
when His Excellency Paul Kagame, General, entered, that's when the whole thing blew up. You see, guys, these ends thought we had
It
just
was a
gone.
joke. Maybe
like,
they
like
were
it's like
sending
a
minister,
weekend, like
they were
15
sending
guys have
someone to
gone.
represent.
When they realized that the man had hosted us and arrived himself, that's when everything blew up. Guys started saying we are washing money, we are doing what?
How?
They couldn't believe that.
He's an old boy and he loves the school.
And the man was just there shaking people's hands, like, you know, his
Yeah,
side
yeah,
hands.
yeah,
what?
let me give you
He
one.
spent how many hours with us?
Around 2 hours.
His Excellency spent about an hour of sorts with the old boys. But it's not about how much time did he spend, but what impact did he leave with
Yeah.
his stay, with his presence at the dinner. There are two key things he did. Number one, when he came, he didn't address entire school old boys as His Excellency. He talked to them like his peers.
One of us.
Like the old boys. One of us. Be it, we've heard stories about, it's the president anyway, there's not stories.
Yeah.
You can't easily approach him, you can't do what. He sat down and shook people's hands. I think that's why Aine Derek won the MVP award, because he shared a video on Twitter that he was shaking hands with the president.
But they
And
have
maybe
voted.
the awards were changed the day before the final. Yeah, and then maybe they're like, no, this handshake deserves the MVP award. Maybe.
Olugai
I
didn't
want-
get a handshake.
I
But-
want to
but
argue
that-
with you.
that-
You
that is-
headed the
that
awards
is-
committee.
That that is not the most important thing. The most important thing, like we mentioned earlier, before, it's what is this league about? What are we doing here with this league? There's a cohort. As we're ready, we're out of school, we're graduates, we have our lives and all that. There's a cohort of about 5-6 members who traveled from entire school. They talked about teams that had come from the school and
Okay.
came for the final to Rwanda that weekend. There were about 5, like an HP or what. I remember I saw some students. They were actual students.
That's chairman, school council.
Yeah, student leaders.
And they
was,
came,
student leaders
and they
had
came with
traveled.
a few teachers.
Was, food prefect.
Food privilege,
Food prefect.
The abbot of now.
Yes.
the mayor of now.
The mayor of now.
That Josh
Barele,
Mumba of
Yohana.
now.
Ndamwesuga here now.
Yeah, but let me tell you, it's a lifetime moment for these kids to make their way to Rwanda. See an entity like the entire Lions League in 10 years. This is what has evolved to, and the president is there addressing you. But anyway, it was just perfect. It was seamless. These guys, they'll have these memories forever. And when they join the league, we can't wait for these guys to come and join us in the entity. They need to take over this and all that.
You're right.
But we can't end this without talking about or thanking entire School Old Boys Association that helped us mobilize and coordinate with our Rwandan cohort
Thank you.
to pull this together. There were so many teams
They did
that
a
put this
very good
together.
job.
As we say, teams put in their work. In
Soba.
in liaison with the entire Lions League Executive Committee,
Dombos.
In Kigali.
they pulled this.
Stiko.
Dombos, Kashanku.
All those.
No,
all
Stiko.
those
Stiko
guys.
of TY is in Kigali.
Oh, yeah.
Who is Tico?
But by no,
you
they
get to know.
told me you got some good leaks at the dinner. How was the dinner? How was the experience?
Let me
at the
first
dinner?
share my experience.
I was very sober. I didn't drink.
I was very unfortunate. I didn't get to see the president. So I show up at around 10 p.m.
Okay.
With 2-3 of my boys from TY.
No honey.
Very well dressed.
No
very
honeys.
well dressed. Dressed to the bone.
Katero and Richard.
So when we reach the gate, we find security still there, tight. Check us, ask us, where are you going? So I think we're going for the dinner. The president has hosted that dinner. And, the president has already left. By the time we reached, the president had already left. So we entered with our 4Ds. I said, let's still enjoy the moment. Guys were still there. So we could still interact with our boys. I loved the experience. The alcohol was flowing. Someone told me that before His Excellency left that room, he said, make sure no lion leaves this place
Thirsty.
serve every sort of drinks. I went in and as usual,
That guy is a cool guy.
I'm
Really cool guy.
a Johnny Walker double black person.
Okay.
Feisty, yeah, feisty.
I found it in plenty. But what stood out for me was 3 or 4 servings in. I'll go back to the waiter. and he tells me it's done.
How?
But our
Special hotel and dinner?
conversation was overheard by someone who later introduced himself as the president's head of protocol.
Mm.
He said, that cannot happen on my watch.
Thank you.
The president has hosted these gentlemen. There's no way alcohol can be done. Bring more. That's what he said. Bring more. And bottles started flying.
So was it a problem of time, or people were just consuming item?
I think
At an
guys were trying. I
exponential
think
rate?
at that point, guys were trying to manage us to ensure
Ah,
that we move out. We move out.
Oh.
It was getting to midnight.
Midnight.
However,
Talk about time. I think curfew was lifted.
curfew was extended. I don't
Not
know if
lifted.
It was not lifted. It was
By
extended
1 hour.
Mm-hmm.
by an hour. It took a lot of conversations and letters just to get that out. But
To
it came
silently extend
not silent, officially.
officially.
Officially, everyone could walk for that extra hour between 2 to 3 a.m. Curfew was extended from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. specifically for the entire Lions League finale weekend road to Kigali, season 14, 2024.
You guys, you've
Match
not
weekend.
talked about how smart guys were. Did you see how the Kashoro boys stand up? With their suspenders and what? Did you
really-
see young man Pedro of Versailles? Even Nwajira himself was in a suit. This man here.
Very
No.
well dressed. You
Why
should
was
see
he
my
in a suit?
pictures from that dinner.
Aine Derry came in his best piece ever.
That one at least we know is a...
You know,
he can
you
dress.
know,
So you're
I
saying,
was-
you're saying for me, it's once in a while.
Bro.
I was talking to a few colleagues. of
Lawyer,
mine.
come
Boys
influencer.
were really smart.
I was talking to a few colleagues of mine. Like how we said, everyone came ready to let's go. Guys came well prepared. Kashoro guys dressed to the fullest. Some guys of mine were saying that maybe if Kashoro had presented what they wore on that dinner,
As the
it would even
Jazz
win
be better than the
smartest
Mutunji.
jazz-
Rinda Mutunji.
Hey,
I think they've always
they-
been smart. Let's give it up to them. Let's give it up to them.
The Illuminati Club.
Mark here shocked me. I thought the man would show up in his cricket club jersey. And that he always puts on.
Hey,
The
bro.
man came in
One thing you know me
I
about me
also
on
did
finals,
Karen
I'm
shots.
on finals, I'm at the finals to work. You'll never see me on ground having a good time.
Guys, we are
as seniors.
by now we are out of the dinner and maybe the buses are parked somewhere. There are no cabs on the road. Let's talk about language. Ijihumbi becomes Ejihumbi on the moto. How did you guys do
You
it?
guys, nothing can prepare you for the culture shock you face when you go to Kigali. First of all, you think that maybe I'm from the West, I'm a Munyankole or something. So
They'll understand.
they will understand
Somehow.
what I'm trying to say. Jesus.
The same
Totally
lies.
different. Totally different. Mhm. As we suffered. You're trying to get a border, you're telling them, Ndikujenda aho.
Ndikujenda aho.
There's a border
The
guy
guy
I got.
takes you.
There's a border guy I got. And, so I used to have my background, like background research before I come. So I'll talk to my Rwandan boys, ask them how much is
Of all the
from
people in
here.
Rwanda, you talk to the boys only.
How much is from here to
Not mention a
That's
single
what he's been talking
Let me
about.
tell you about my thing.
have
Let me
no
tell you
words
about
in-
my thing.
Guy was
Ask
rumors.
him how much is it from, say, here to Kololo. So estimate said, oh, that's 1K, Jihumi. So I get a border guy, tell him, I'm going to, I was going to see,
How did you tell him? What did you tell him? How did you speak to him?
I was going to see our boys, the
Uriguza hehe. Uriguza hehe.
Uberish. So
Guberish.
I told them,
Uberish.
I tell this guy,
Mm.
Ijihumbi. That's what I have. 1K Ijihumbi. Now, I could understand the shock he was going through, the struggle he was going through. He wanted 500 more. So he was bargaining for me to add him 500. He wanted 1,500. And
Magana
he was
tanda.
speaking in Rwanda.
Magana tano.
He was speaking in Kinyarwanda. I understood what he was saying, but now the response was I could not bargain with him. So when I was telling him,
And you're uneasy.
I was very uneasy. When he said, add me 500, I said, no.
Ijihumbi.
Add
Ijihumbi.
me 1,000.
Rukumi, bro.
There's no way you can ask for 500 more. And the man was struggling, man. I was asking, well, please add me 500 for me. I was saying,
Ijihumbi. Ijihumbi.
that's
Ijihumbi.
the one I know. That's the only one I was saying. And of course, he later accepted. He had no choice. He took me.
I actually come to realize Rwanda had money in lesser denominations below the Ijihumbi on Sunday when we are leaving.
So you thought they
It's
start from...
even when I learned that they have coins. I have no coin.
I didn't smell any coin in
You didn't smell no
Nothing.
coin. Nyonchi no Ijihumbi. I kept one. What is this, guys?
As to
Banki nkuru ya Rwanda.
That's cricket.
Amafaranga Ijihumbi. I have the guy.
like cricket.
Hey,
Two eggs, 2 chapati.
in
I can get
Ijihumbi.
you a empire. Is
I kept this guy. Ijihumbi. Ufiti Ijihumbi.
But was a good
But
time.
otherwise, they are very organized. You
Yeah.
you get a border, you know you're going to get home, you're going to get where you're
You
going.
get a border,
You get a
Helmet.
Move. Their Uber self
Yeah.
is move.
they are cab guys.
You get it, you
Ijihumbi.
move. Actually, one of the reasons why I failed to go out the next day is that now they left me at the hotel in Jichuchiro where we were sleeping.
You're not pronouncing it well.
Jichujiro.
As the real
I have
pronunciation.
my boy called Thierry.
I think
He
he has
told me
another
it
place
is-
where he was
it
staying.
is Jichujiro.
Mine was Jichuchiro.
You're not pronouncing it well. That's the place.
The
but
K
you're
is
not
G
pronouncing it well.
So the move guy that they
Good
couldn't
Jew.
overload, so they took the first batch when
With the
so they gave the man and
Was
thinking
their-
to come
their
and
cab
pick
is
me.
a
We couldn't
VW.
communicate.
It's very important. The cab is a VW.
Yeah, it's
Volkswagen.
It's
As
awesome.
I mentioned organization in Rwanda. There's something I noticed about their borders. See, the borders they import are made in such a way. I can only carry one person. So there's no way you can fix a second guy. They are so small. There's
So
no way
you,
can fix a
you
second
try to
guy.
get on a
No,
judge
I've
with
seen
Alan.
Cost
I
cut.
seated on it and as
Zoom
imagine,
always.
as imagine, our things in Uganda.
Did you
want to
try it
throw-
with Alan,
Want to throw
your
4
guy?
guys there.
HP.
There is no way you can put 2 guys on that border.
Zebra crossing, the guy will stop if someone is crossing.
That was all
Likewise.
Friday, right? That was all Friday.
Yeah, this is Friday.
I wonder how the finalists slept because every other time, everyone who came from that dinner, they had a good time and they also had an extra hour. Some went to the after party venue for the finale, but that will be later, that very day. Though the best day was after the finale. So people go and sleep and
By no.
the dinner was a success.
By no. The dinner is a success. We are hosted by the president. We can't sleep. Of course, Ishera, most of their boys, I think, miss out because you had team curfew. You flew in, who's this guy?
Chris.
Mavo?
Chris.
Mavo flew in.
Chris.
Marvin
Chris.
Oshaba.
Chris.
And Chris, they flew in.
Chris.
So it is D-Day, the finale. We wake up in the morning, we're doing drills at IPRC.
The day
You
when
guys show up,
TY guys
shows
refused
up.
to give us a goal.
Tell me.
So
That was
of
the
course
battle of
the
the
plan was to check out the pitch on Friday as part of our preparations. We wanted to go, get there early, guys go check into their hotels and what. Then the bowlers go to the pitch, check it out and see because we had not been there before.
Yeah.
But now, like we had said earlier, during the organization, you are following a what? A lead car. So we reached Kigali and the guy just does like this.
Sweet.
We found ourselves at entire school. Guys who were supposed to check out the pitch.
Check out the pitch.
So we didn't do that on Friday. So we're like, you know what? Since we of course we were okay with going to Ontare, we are like, now tomorrow morning at 7. Actually, we wanted to go at 6, but we're like, we're not sure about what time the curfew ends. You may go at 6 and they grab you. So we're like 7 a.m. We get up, go to the pitch, drizzled a bit, but guys got there and we did our drills in the morning. Very early in the morning. At first
As
we
there
didn't
you
have the
guys.
ball. There's a story how that
Which story is that?
we can't.
No, tell me about the ball. Tell me about
because we have a spirit of brotherhood. Now,
brotherhood.
yeah. So we did our drills and then also we saw the commoners also arriving. They set up camp there with their 2 coaches.
Saddam and
Was
Cheddar
a good
boy.
morning
No
drill.
drills, no training for penalties for TY.
No.
They wanted to end it in first half.
In the
First
afternoon,
10 minutes.
lunch is served and the whistle blows.
There was lunch. Munge prepared
Yes.
meats this time.
Ladies,
The fare was 20 bucks. How much
ladies
was
and gentlemen, welcome to IPRC. So the MC said for the night
Who are them?
or for the
Well,
afternoon.
both
I don't
MCs
care.
Both MCs were.
So we
were
get
winning.
to the game.
Fadi and Conde.
We get to the game. Van Guma, you're the
I
most
can't blame-
sober.
I can't
You
blame
have
the
no
MCs.
interest. You have no
Can't blame
side.
the MCs.
You just came in as league committee. We are to the pitch.
Before talking about the final, before going anywhere, you guys, you know when you organize an event and people don't show up, you can look bad. But now as we're pitch side, as we're singing the anthems and all that, we looked at, I was next to Abbott, we looked at the pavilion. It was full and every camp was branded in team merchandise.
That's so giving.
Was lifting flags.
Yeah.
Guys were blowing trumpets of vuvuzelas or whatever. It looked like a whole, like 45 tribes into one cohort, but all in Rwanda for the same cause at IPRC. That was very, very beautiful to see. Very, very beautiful to see.
You don't get it nowhere.
So it's just from an organization standpoint, it's finally we were here. But then the business starts. They put 4 refs. Get Rwanda provides us, IPRC provides us with what? The lead ref, there were 4 female refs, or there were 3 female refs and 2 female refs. And they ref the final very well. I don't think TY Goons can complain.
They denied us a clear penalty.
Which
Where?
penalty?
MC Disease.
This is
Fouled
man.
in the box.
I
Was
remember
it-
in the
was
box.
MC Disease was
Big
fouled in the
man
box.
team. Big man
Yes,
team.
fouled in the box. The
So
referee
you-
was looking at
you-
it.
you
She
get
could
the
have blown that
penalty.
whistle.
Okay, let's say you get that penalty.
But I
then
think
what?
I think
Penalties.
you would still not shoot the penalty. You didn't have shot. You didn't have
Yeah,
shot.
Tite was not going to smack. There's no way that Tite was going to win the goal for that penalty.
You're allowed to exchange.
It was the
Change
Joseph
goalie
Brothers.
mid-game. Change goalie mid-game.
But they still bailed out. They bailed you guys
Oluga was
out on
going
a
to stay
red
in
card.
box.
I can tell you guys, first
Kill
of all,
it.
we were
Yeah, and
the
then-
only disadvantage we got is that the strict rules didn't allow us to do whatever we wanted to do.
What
in
did you
that
want to
finale.
do?
How
What
did
did
you
you want
guys-
to do?
There are so-
What did you guys want to do? Apart from kill the game, park the bus,
How did you
play
guys
the
bring
bus.
Oshaba?
Oshaba
Actually,
was
the
always
bus
in the
park.
plan. He was always in the plan. He was
But
in the team.
he didn't train in the morning. Morning drills, he wasn't available. He wasn't there.
Oshaba, going to the finale. Of course, some of this is confidential information,
But he came.
but he came.
Okay.
But before, he had asked for permission from the club.
Okay.
The club had allowed him to go because the week after Kigali, he was supposed to go out of the country for trials.
Okay.
So he used that same time to ask for permission to go
For
and
that
try
way.
out a good facility out of the country and play from there.
calling all
The
our
training
facilities
match.
big.
What have you done to our countries?
What is what our facilities been?
What have you done to our facilities in the
Mino,
country?
So what did Pogba? How did Pogba request
So-
for permission to leave school? Also, they tried to test the facility out of
So yeah, so Oshaba didn't break any laws. He's a
Beans.
professional footballer.
But there's that point where
Yes.
someone pulls Oshawa. I'm like, you guys survived the
Pedro
red
Jose.
card.
Pedro Jose.
Pedro Jose pulls. Yeah.
It can't be a red
Come
card.
back a day.
I was still telling you guys
That
how they
doesn't-
didn't allow us to bring all our smoke bombs. You see, we wanted to fly a chopper above there. And then we throw some smoke bombs into the watch.
Mzee.
Into the pitch.
That's terrorism.
That's close to a TY story in Ginger.
You know us, we
Guys
can do
wanted
it.
to do
We can do
terrorism in
it.
Rwanda.
So instead of doing that, we're like, you know what? Let's make sure our players are very comfortable. So when you go to Kigali, we got a 4th bus.
Okay.
VIP. Now, on that bus, what you guys didn't see, we had wags. They went massaging all the players. Massage. Bijurwa was given a serious
Bijurwa
massage on his nangas. On his nangas.
Like
Had
this.
some nice Rwandan wags. Beautiful. They received us at the border. So, all the way from the border until...
Massage.
By the time they got to the dinner,
Massage.
they were Muzuri. Did you see how flexible they were? Massage.
For the sport kicks.
So that's where we put
I
all the
loved
money.
the innovation Shera did for their squad. Gave them those shirts with the initials. Got my brother Bino Brian. I'm a baby.
Oh my God.
I'm a baby. How do you have blue band without bread? That was what did you call it? It was
I don't know.
mob
And-
justice.
and-
That
and
was a mob justice offense.
You guys warmed up in the same kit that you used to play.
Oh,
Hey.
Shera, this was creative. This was good. This was good. So we are the pitch. Actually, we are the pitch. Let's have a chant to this. Somebody, Shera, 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 Shera. TY,
Ama.
Eri Kigali,
Ama.
Nedo Denshera,
Ama.
Iyo, yo,
But
TY.
Hard chant, hard.
Uh-huh.
give it to them. Give it to them. They brought their own. They brought their own.
They tried.
Win, lose, or draw, they brought their
Can we
own.
have a shield for the chance?
The notice, what they did to us in Ginger, you guys, us work behind the scenes for these finales.
It was
We had one team in Ginger season 13, that was Kalere. Omushuma decided to minimize resource usage. They had nothing. Hoard resources, whatever it is. They lied to us, the chopper is coming, a boat is going to come from River Nile, a guy rafting down Bujaga and jump into the... They told us so many stories.
Only to show up with a Sunday school band.
Only show you Kateva. Now, TY had those complaints, and the good thing about this league, it's a sink or swim kind of thing. You can sink with what the feedback people give you, or you can swim.
Yeah.
TY took it in. They're like, okay, let's go to the shell. Let's show them. And truth be told, by no, that's what you came up with. You came up with a Chisati.
This guy.
But this even season 25, season 50 of Interlands League, this will be an iconic shirt.
Ijishimbo will forever stand out.
This shirt
This baseball thing.
Ijishimbo will forever stand out. I have mine in a
This is
frame
the Chisati.
at home.
It's iconic because of the
Producer.
story told, because
It's
of the
that-
team that produced it and everything. It's marvelous.
That is what you called it. Kungachikachirige chitenji.
So the Chisati. The
It was
Chitenji
just
is for
confusion of
Kasasi, my
colours.
friend. Chitenji is for
Your
Kasasi.
shirt was confusion of colors. So we play the final. Nwaji, what is your plan? You're playing a team that has won 2 finals, all on sport kicks,
Yeah.
all
Well,
outside Kampala.
yeah. We knew.
You go to the pitch.
That's
What is
correct.
your plan
Our plan was to kill that game.
at the
10th
very
minute.
earliest?
By the 10th minute, we wanted that game to be 3-0.
Okay.
But of course,
Really,
Shera
against the team that conceded the
Shera paid
8
the
goals the
referee.
whole season. You want
Shera
squad.
paid the referee, denied us clear penalties. We missed some few one-on-ones, and they took it to the penalties.
Now, Nwajira, me, I want to speak as someone who is from the outside, not basically a Shera person.
But
You'll struggle to get
Yes,
outside.
I am, but I want to.
So
you,
you have Boomerang
as-
can
as,
use that
as-
statement. You
as-
cannot
as-
use that statement.
As a TY person,
Season 7.
having hired Saddam to come and replace Icheda
Cheddar boy.
and everything that was there. So for you thought that you would go and beat a team that you have only scored 1 goal against. 1. In how many seasons have you spent in the league?
6 or 7.
6, 7 seasons. You've scored 1 goal. You want to score 3 in 60 minutes in a final. That was underestimating your opponent, who is much superior than you.
We're not underestimating our opponent. We were playing to our strength.
And your strength
knew-
is to lose.
We knew a very little, and 10 minutes is all we need to kill a game. We have testimonies to that as Kigali FC.
That is
Ask,
Kabali. Or we ask. Should we ask Mazembe?
I can whatever by no.
Zembe boy.
By
Several
no.
teams that
By no.
tested TY last season.
Your problem you have aside. Van Guma, you've played a final, your TY, and you've made a tactical blunder of play Philo, one of the best attacking midfielders or wingers, as a left back, and you lost. You come to Kigali on a very flat surface,
Okay.
on a turf. You have Kagezi. 2 minutes into the game,
Long ball.
long ball. My guy, MVP. Which number did you play?
Man, I
The
really,
best playmaker of the league. In a final is played, in which number?
personally, I don't understand why Omujuma hates success. I think they're just allergic to success. Because, look at it this way. Kagwisaje Philip is like a Frank Lampard of the league. He's one of the best shooting number 10s or 8s
Yeah,
in Lion League history. He can do near post finishes, which is
no
the
doubt.
hardest finish to score.
No doubt, no doubt.
That season, when he played left back in the final, he was like on it. Like he won them about 3, 4, 5 games. He played left back, it ended. Coming into this season, you come again, you go again and make a mistake. You start a debutant in a final against Wazei, veterans.
Who was the debutant?
Pog Beans.
The man had been playing in the season.
Pog Beans. Yeah. But
It was
what means
not
this is
his
the final?
first game.
Yeah, in second
I
term
mean, like
holiday.
a
Let me-
debutant in the league.
But I know,
or-
me, if you give me that team, because I'm a two-time Inter Lions League coach of the season. You
When
give me
when
that
did
team.
you become coach of
And
the
current
season?
Like
coach of the select team. You give me that squad. Why aren't I starting Mr. Vamos? Who has trekked all his way and he has mileage.
The man
Even
was
people who are
tired. He
not
had
fans
been
of the
running
league.
from Kampala.
People have been watching his videos. No one can hate on him. He's having a time of his
But
life.
did he
Why wouldn't
actually
you start
run?
Vamos and you have that sympathetic vote? And people's mindset switch to, okay, Vamos is here.
At least even if they lost
Jose,
we
the
want
last
the
final
people's
was
hearts.
season 13,
Is
he
he?
was playing on injection. This final he was fit. But when Jose is starting, why wouldn't you start him with Mumbere? Why are you starting Timo? They started Timo and Pogba in the final. Why are you starting these young boys? Why aren't you trusting your veterans? You have Vamos.
Let me ask you guys. When you
MVP
when you
in
talk like that,
Yeah.
you make it seem like it was TY supposed to win. You're not talking about the opponent that they had and their strength.
Chris. Yeah.
No.
Chris.
The thing is, you
bow
make
down.
it seem like TY
Lord
played
Chris.
a. I don't want to give an example of a team in the league,
they
like a
said-
very weak team.
Yes, they said
Why
Why
not?
bottled the final.
No.
How?
But
No,
we
add
tried.
again. Add
Bottled
again.
the final.
No, you've
TY
been
tried.
consistent. You've been
Taking us to
consistent.
penalties,
We're
they
not
tried.
even, we're not even
You were not favorites. You should have finished top,
So if you should have
unbeaten,
lost, they would bottle you.
conceded 5-6 goals, and then reached the final, and everyone is talking about
By no.
TY bottling.
20 games are played.
That's because TY
Yeah.
ekata hbera Kigali.
Okay.
That's
You
why
people just
no,
assume.
I've told you this before. You've been used to
Against-
you've been
you
used
see,
to playing finals
TY
against
has
the
never
two-
beaten Ishera in the league.
By
So
no.
why are you people
By no.
talking like as if it was
been used-
TY that
you've
lost?
been used
the
to-
final?
I'm not talking about from the point of Mutiara should have. I'm saying TY could have done better with subtle things.
You
They
should be
have
happy
considered-
with
Thank you.
TY's
Consider
performance.
experience. You're playing an experienced
They
team. Consider
overachieved.
experience.
Thank
They
you,
overachieved
thank you,
taking
thank you,
Ishera
thank
to
you.
the penalties.
So TY
But anyway,
chooses to bottle like they had done the previous year. But you know, final whistle is gone. It is 0-0. The scoreline. Straight to the sport cakes.
At that
What
point,
is in the Sheram Cup?
when
What
we,
is in your camp?
we wanted 30 more minutes.
we wanted to win in 90. Sorry, 60. But
When did you win in 60?
yes,
we wanted, but it didn't happen.
Zero
But
attempts on
when
target.
we reached penalties,
Okay.
we were like, it's
Jumbe,
done.
when you was home.
This is our place.
We're like, now
This is our
it's-
place.
it's
This is
over.
home. This is home.
Hey, we told the boys, you prepare our players. We are winning this.
Olingotite and inshallah.
So we were very calm during the penalties. We sent out our best penalty takers,
Mm.
and they did the job.
No, there's a magical switch. I remember
Changing.
the commentator of the night is saying, is giving all the good
Weren't you the
statistics.
commentator of the night?
I don't remember.
talk
Ferdinand
about
was.
yourself.
They are making mentions of Olgai Brian. He's conceded only 3 or 4, 5 goals.
Scored
He will
two
be in
goals.
goal. It will be up to him
Scored 2, he
against
was on the
Nkuru
MVP list.
Nunji. But there is a magical switch like there was in Kacheka, and Olgai is off for Oringotite.
Yeah, of course, in our team,
Who makes the decision?
we are a well-coached team. Very organized. So we know when to do what. Once we reach penalties, we know our best shot stopper is who? Oringotite, especially in penalties. Orogai is very good in even him he can get the penalties, but
We saw him in
Oringotite
the-
has the experience.
we saw him
Saw him in the shootouts.
in the school Champions League.
We saw him in Kigali in the shootout taking penalty. Nice.
So we had to make that switch, and of course there is something it does to the opponent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're playing a mind game?
Yeah, that's how you win. Football is not one only on the tiki-taka and what. Mind games, everything. Put the Oringotite. I can assure you, even if we had gone for like 2 days, TY, they had no chance.
Van Goma, Ntare League, on the Sport Kicks, Season 14, Ishera, Ages, TY.
First of all,
But TY, however, when it on the board. What was that? Chess.
Chess.
They win chess. It needs a mention, guys. They were defending it
two
for the
times.
second time
Yeah.
in a
Two-time
row.
champions.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, first of all, congratulations, team in Shera, on capping off a marvelous season. You guys went unbeaten over 22 game weeks and won the shield on foreign soil.
And
First
for
of
the
its kind.
chess, and for the chess,
Yeah, when we move to chess,
thank you.
Umjuma
talk
is
to me,
back
baby.
to back, two time.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. You're clapping. I like that.
I mean, chess champions. They are two-time champions. It's also a massive achievement. It's also massive. That means their members in the TY Cup who actually have brains, not their coaching staff. That
Not
does
the
that
legs.
nonsense. Hey. So there were lots of awards given out that day. I just couldn't recall at that time after the final was spent because me when the final
They
was
gave
My guy Mugerwa Brian Paul, with a smile and a frown, is receiving the best playmaker of the season.
we can run through them. We can run through them. So many awards. I don't
there was one of the awards that made me almost lose my mind. Jablani, which one?
social media ambassador.
Social media ambassador. Is it? We'll see.
It is
I
okay.
think that award was a consolation award. You know, Jablani guys are being uneasy, saying, why isn't Romfield dominated for MVP? Ooh, they're making a lot of noise. They
Cut
want-
your hair from Matt Baba. Then
Very
you get the JD of an MVP. You have to cut your hair from
So
Matt Baba.
I think committee,
You have to have swag.
You have to have
You
a
have to
base.
take
Somehow,
control.
awards committee.
You have to have a base. You
awards committee said,
have to have a company.
Awards committee said, Jablani FC, you've had your cries. You've not taken MVP. You've not been nominated for MVP. But you take this coward. Threw them that social media award, but they didn't deserve it.
How did Omjuma Group vote for the 3 MVPs? There were 3 nominees. There was Aine Derrick, there was Romfield, and there was Jose. How did you
Jose,
guys
Jose, number
win?
1. I need Derek, number 2. And Olugai.
This is here, bro. What did you show me before we came?
You,
That's how we voted.
It's okay.
That's
Shall
how we
talk those
voted.
things later. No problem.
And our Shechi guys came to us. They were campaigning. They wanted that award. They say, at least give us number 2.
Me,
They knew number 1 was not
No,
available.
you know, deceived.
They
me,
for number
I,
At least give us
no,
number
but
2.
honestly, I
Ahead of
think
Olugai.
when Jose saw himself on the list, he was shocked.
Why do you
guys,
think?
me,
Jose
for
is a
me,
good player.
for
He's
me,
a wonderful player. He's a wonderful lad. But I'm sure deep down,
By no.
But
By no.
last season,
Guys,
he was not supposed to
guys,
smell.
for me, I'm fine with the team of the season. I'm fine with all the accolades. But what goes south for me is most improved player. As in the accolade was screaming, Tumu, Tumu, Tumu.
But
Only
guys
to
came
hear,
here and said
was it
that
Benjo or Benzo?
Tumu doesn't know football.
Yes,
That's
he
what
was
they
the
say.
most improved for the season.
Only.
How many goals
That's-
did he concede?
Conley, what
It was Tumu for me.
Conley, what number do you play on the pitch? If you ever get a chance to play, what number do you play?
The microphone.
Kale, the football pitch. What number do you play?
The microphone.
You
Please.
I
six.
play a 6.
Let them put Kachomia behind you. You'll be nominated for
No,
MVP.
it's not a
Guys were
must.
saying. guys were
Kachomia
saying-
chance.
You want to underrate Tumu.
Simplifies
For me,
everyone's life.
But
Tumu,
Benzo can't
Tumu
do
Like
last-
that.
having Kagezi and Mbito.
Benzo is a bowler.
Guys
Tumu
said-
was
guys
the
said,
most
"There's no way you
improved
can
player
award
with
Tumu."
no doubt.
Guys said there's no way you can award Tumu most improved when all he does is goal kick. Tumu's role on that field was, where is Ainedin? Near the goal.
That's special for him.
Never catch
He's
Tumu
a
doing
non-bowler.
1-2. You know this 1-2 that Sam does.
2 on 1v1s was good. Okay, in
You
Tum's
know this
defense.
1-2 that Sam can do up front with Mugera. Tumu cannot smell it.
Jokes aside.
1-2, 1-2.
Okay.
Tum 1v1 was having good battles. Tum took out very many top lads. I remember I watched him in the game.
But the
against-
league lost 6 balls because of him.
Yes, but I remember the game against. There's a game Abashochi drew. This match, I know it was in Shera.
They
Where
did
Tum
both.
played the game of his life. Oh, Mujuma. There's a game where Tum played.
I
Should
think
be on
TY.
Zuma.
I
Should
think
be a
TY.
game.
He did well.
But all he was doing was,
So
I
you
did.
guys
No,
said
but
your-
1v1. Okay, when Mumbe Ramos was on him, what up?
I don't think you ever met
Lying in the green
Timo
grass.
with,
So who is your most improved?
My most improved. Let me see.
You see, you're thinking.
Van Guma, Ogwetaini.
My most improved, I told you from
Tumu.
when we started, my most improved player was
Who
Serwo
was?
Charles. Because I know what Serwo Charles has gone through
By no?
to be so.
Tumutunjire mwebembezi.
Tumu is it for me. Thank you guys. So it is a different final. It is a final we have when we don't have an MVP in actually the final.
It's not the only one.
There are many.
When does it happen again?
Asima Moses was MVP once.
I've never reached
Never
the
smelled
final.
final.
Little Mose, inshallah.
Let's leave that, guys.
Ichando has never
Go
been
and follow us on all our social media platforms. Remember to subscribe, NLL Echoes. Thank you, Pick Shots. Thank you, Online Chupa. Every other day we have an item. We still have one more for the night. You're still around with us,
You know.
and we appreciate.
I've already booked pictures for my wedding.
Pick Shots.
Yeah.
We shall speak the MVP in the next episode.
I've given
Don't miss this.
deposit.
But I love it.